Okay, let's start by getting into a comfortable seat. Roll your shoulders back a couple times. And then we're going to let our hands rest anywhere that's comfortable. Your palms can be down on your knees. It can be facing up. You can do a mudra if you'd like. Bring your thumb and your pointer finger together. Close your eyes. Roll those shoulders back. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Audible cleansing breath through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. And 1 more. Inhale nose. And exhale mouth. Now we're going to do an equal parts inhale and exhale. So we're going to inhale for the count of 3, exhale for the count of 3. And we'll do about 10 rotations of those. I'll count with you guys. So we inhale, 2, 3, and this is through the nose. Exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. 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 Exhale, 2, 3. Final one. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Keeping the eyes closed. 2 more cleansing breaths. Deep inhale through the nose. Audible exhale through the mouth. Next inhale, really fill those lungs with oxygen. Inhale and exhale. Slowly open up your eyes. Let's inhale, bring those arms high overhead, shoulders away from the ears. Drop the left arm down, walk the left hand out, palm down, right fingertips over to the left side, pressing that right hip bone down into the mat, creating a nice side stretch in the right side of the body. We're just doing a first thing in the morning practice here. And my name is Tina. Welcome to my yoga class. And we are here in the Muskokas in Ontario. We're going to inhale, bring the arms high overhead and switching sides. Walk that right hand out, right palm down, left hand over to the right side, pressing that left hip bone down into the mat. Just waking up our body after sleeping. It's good to always do slow movements first thing in the morning. Let's inhale, bring those arms high overhead. Now take the right hand on top of the left knee, left arm behind you, tenting the fingers and gaze over that left shoulder. Little supine twist here. You guys can look at this beautiful view I'm looking at here. Inhale, bring the arms high overhead, and exhale, switch sides. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose on all of these moves. Practicing that ujjayi breath, that slight constriction in the back of the throat as we inhale and exhale through the nose. Let's inhale back to center, and we're going to walk our hands forward. Now it's first thing in the morning, so you might be feeling a little tight here. You want to press those hip bones down into the mat, chin tucked in towards the chest, dip the forehead and the top of the head down towards the ground. Let's walk the hands back. Now whatever foot's in front, we're going to switch our feet around. Same thing, let's walk the feet. Walk the hands forward, palms pressed down. First thing in the morning, so you might be feeling tight. Tuck the chin in towards the chest again. And just breathe a couple times into the stretch. One more breath here. And then let's walk the hands back and come into a tabletop. So we're going to kick those feet behind us, top of the feet flat against the mat. Look down and make sure that your knees are about hip width apart. You can actually take your hands together to create two fists. That's about the distance you want in between the knees. We're going to spread the fingertips wide and look down at your fingers and have your middle finger pointed to the top of the mat. Shoulders, elbows, and wrists are stacked in one line. Let's inhale to cow. Bring the belly down towards the mat, chin away from your chest here. Exhale, cat, arch the back, chin to chest. We're going to do this slowly. Inhale, cow. Think of it going as slowly as you can, just getting some movement in that spine. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And we'll do one more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale to neutral spine. Plant that right hand and lift the left one high to the sky. And maybe in your house it's in the ceiling if you're not outside. Let's rotate that left wrist a couple times in one direction, waking up the wrist. And then a couple times in the other direction. Point the fingers towards the sky or ceiling, and we're going to do a couple finger flicks to wake up our fingers. Let's flick the pointer finger off the thumb, middle finger off the thumb, ring finger off the thumb, pinky finger off the thumb, all four fingers 3 times. Exhale, bring that right hand back down to the ground. Again, middle finger pointed to the top of the mat. Let's raise the right arm high to the sky, gaze up towards the ceiling. Again, a couple rotations of the wrist of this right hand here. And then switch directions. Point the fingers towards the sky or ceiling. Flick the pointer finger off the thumb, middle finger off the thumb, ring finger off the thumb, pinky finger off the thumb. Flick all 4 fingers off your thumb 3 times, and then let's bring that arm back down. Inhale one more time to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale to neutral spine. Exhale, downward dog. Curl the toes under and shift the hips high to the sky. And you guys may in the video see my little partner. This is Piper, my dog, and you will probably see her in a lot of my videos. Animals really notice when we're getting rid of, when we are feeling more relaxed, and they tend to come towards us. Just walking that dog now. Bend the opposite knee and bring the opposite heel down to the mat. Stretching out the calves. And then maybe try pressing both heels down towards the mat. Do the best that you can. Take a deep inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk or jump the feet to the top of the mat, and let's hang here in a forward fold. Heel toe the feet so they're about hip width apart. Again, we want to have like 2 fists width between our feet. Drop the head and just hang the arms. Maybe swing them forward and back a couple times from side to side. Another option is to hang in a ragdoll. Grab the opposite elbow with the opposite hand, tuck that chin, and drop the head down to the mat. Focusing on your breath. And we're not holding our breath here. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose, filling our lungs with oxygen. And as we exhale, we're just getting rid of any toxins, anything that's not serving us. If you're in ragdoll, release the hands, slight bend in the knees as we inhale, circle sweep the arms high to the sky. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Let's grab that right wrist with the left hand and pull that right arm over to the left side. I'm doing the opposite and mirroring you guys, so it works your brain to do things like this. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, high mountain. Now drop that left hand to the outside of the left thigh, slide the left hand down, and bring the right hand over. See if you can get a little bit of a deeper side stretch here. Your body will thank you for the rest of the day for giving it some time to wake up. Inhale, bring those arms high overhead, and exhale, switch sides. A lot of times we wake up, we jump out of bed, and we have to get ready. I'm staying with a friend here. Their daughter was just told to come into work an hour early, and so same thing. She just jumped right out of bed, has to start her day. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, cactus the arms open. Open up the chest. Pull those elbows down and behind you. We're going to do 1 or 2 slow sun salutations. We'll see how I feel this morning. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring those hands to the front of your shins. Chin away from the chest. Exhale, we're going to plant our hands and hop the feet back to plank. Now we're going to hold this plank a little bit because I always like to do a little bit of core, especially as we age. A lot of us get issues in our lower back. One of the best things we can do to protect that is to have a strong core. So pull that belly in towards the spine here. I'm going to do this for 3 more breaths. If you need to drop your knees down. Exhale here, and on the inhale, we're going to bring our belly down to the ground for Chaturanga Dandasana. So maybe you want to hover a little bit before you drop that chest down to the ground here. Hands on either side of the chest, chin down towards the mat here. Take a deep inhale for full cobra or upward facing dog. For upward facing dog, we can lift the knees off the ground. Exhale, downward dog. Curl the toes under and shift the hips high to the sky. Again, spread those fingertips far apart from one another to really give your hands a really good stable base here. And let's just stay in this downward dog for a little bit to really stretch out the back of the legs. Take a deep inhale here. As we gaze to the top of the mat, exhale, bend the knees and walk or jump forward, hanging in a forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms open. Got the sun shining on my face. This feels good. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, jump back in plank here. Holding here again. Imagine you have a cup of tea or hot coffee on your back and you're trying to not let it spill. So we're trying to create a straight back. Our butt's not up in the air on this one. We're not doing downward dog. Exhale, come down to the belly, Chaturanga Dandasana, bringing the chin down towards the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pressing the chest towards the thighs here. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk or jump to the top of the mat, hang here in a forward fold. Last one of these sun salutations. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high overhead, shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and walk or jump back into plank. Holding here again, 3rd time. A lot of times in my classes, I make people hold each one for a minute, so be happy we're doing. Or shorter one, we're just waking up our bodies here. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, coming all the way down to the belly, chin down towards the mat. inhale, upward facing dog, full cobra or baby cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Now let's inhale your right leg high to the sky. We're going to rotate the ankle a couple times in one direction, and then a couple times in the other direction. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high to sky. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward in a lunge and drop the back knee. If you have blocks, you can use blocks here to aid you. Otherwise, we're really just trying to press that left hip bone down towards the mat to open up, create some length in the front of that left thigh here. Breathing into this. If you're really tight, this is where you can exhale through the mouth. Just to really release any tension you're holding in your body. On the exhale, we're going to walk the hands back, lift the right toes up for Hanumanasana. And then come forward, planting the hands, curl the back toe and lift the knee off of the ground. We're going to take the front foot, that right foot, lifted high to the sky again for three-legged dog, and exhale, coming down to downward dog. Switching sides, let's inhale the left leg high to the sky, rotate the ankle a couple times in one direction, and then a couple times in the other direction. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. And you're going to have a slight bend in the elbows when you do this. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left elbow, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and bring that leg all the way forward, dropping the back knee. So we've got our left foot forward, and we're going to try and press that right hip into the ground. Keeping the hands here. You can bring them on top of your thighs if that feels a little better. You can also be using blocks. Opening up the front of the right hip, the right quad. And then let's walk our hands back for Hanumanasana, lifting the toes up. Sit back in the heels. And if you have a little pet near you when you're doing this, this is where you can give them a little belly rub. Slide that left foot back to come onto the knees. We're going to inhale, come up, bring the hands to your hips. Bring that left foot out to the side, left toes facing forward for gate pose. Slide the left arm down and bring the right hand over to the left side. We're going to do a little bit of abdominal workout. So here's where you really want to engage that core. Pull that belly in towards the spine. As we bring the arms in a T, we're going to drop that right hand down to the ground, bring the left fingertips up. As we're doing this, the muscles we're using are our core. So pull that belly in towards the spine, come back up and switch sides. Very nice, pretty flowing movement. Back and forth a couple times. Keeping that core engaged. Final one. Now let's bring the arms in a T. We're going to take that left arm, we're going to bring it behind us. Right hand comes forward, gaze over the left shoulder. Supine twist here. Keep that core engaged here. Inhale back to T, bring the hands to the hips and switch sides. We're going to bring that right foot out to the side, slide the right hand down, point the left fingertips towards the sky here. If you're doing this outside, you might feel the sun on your face here. We're going to inhale back to that T. Keep that core engaged. Drop the left hand, right fingertips towards the ceiling or the sky. Inhale back to T. Switching sides, and we're just going to come forward and back at your own pace. And final one, bring the arms into a T, same thing. Now that right arm is going to come behind you, left arm comes in front, gaze over the right shoulder. Come back to center, bring yourself back into tabletop. Knees about hip width apart, fingertips spread far apart from one another. Inhale down to cow. Exhale, cat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And one final. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. We're going to bring those legs out in front of us to come into a butterfly pose. So let's bring the soles of the feet to touch. And your flex, it's just going to depend on your flexibility. Your feet might be closer to the top of the mat or pulled more in. I like to bring my hands around my ankles and use my elbows to press down on my inner thighs. You don't want to be pressing down on your knees, and just get an opening here. Take your hands to the outside of your thighs. Bring the knees together. Lift the toes up and slide the hands underneath the soles of the feet. We're going to come into a seated gorilla pose. So we're going to slide the heels out, and it really just depends on how tight you're feeling this morning, how straight you can get those legs. You can use the palms of your hands to press against the soles of the feet to stretch out the calves. Tuck the chin and bring the nose towards the knees here. Maybe slight bend in the elbows. You should feel a stretch in your lower back and the back of the legs. Slowly come on up. One final twist. Actually, we'll do 2 more twists. We're going to take that right leg to the outside of the left knee. Right arm comes behind us. Left elbow is bent and hooks to the outside of the right leg. And you can use that elbow against the thigh, not on the knee. Gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale back to center, switching sides. So straighten that right leg, bring the left leg to the outside of the right knee. Left arm comes behind us, right arm is bent, elbow hooks on to the outside of that left thigh, gaze over the left shoulder. Come back to center. Because I have the water behind me, it feels like we have to do boat pose. So one more core thing. So to do that, you've got a couple options. You can bring your hands behind you, fingertips pointed towards your glutes, bend the elbows, engage the core, and lift the legs out. That's option 1. The last one is to extend the arms, but just do what you can here, holding here. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Great job, everyone. and exhale. Come out of that, lay all the way down. I always think it's good to bend your knees before you lay down. Gently come on down onto the back. We're going to straighten the left leg and pull the right knee in towards your chest. Fingers interlaced under the knee. Let's straighten that right leg, fingertips interlaced behind the thigh, maybe behind that right calf. Maybe you're grabbing your toes or the back of your foot here. So just pick whatever feels best for you. This is kind of the last stretch on this side. Then let's drop that right arm, bring the left hand to the outside of that right thigh, roll onto the left hip and bring that right leg down to the ground. Maybe your toes are touching the ground, maybe they're hanging out in the air. If they are, if you had a block, you could bring the block so that the foot's resting on something. Gaze over that right shoulder for this last supine twist here. That left hand can rest anywhere along the outside of that right leg. Bring that left arm out into a T, roll onto the back. Bend both knees. Press the lower spine, lower back into the mat. And then we're going to straighten the right leg and pull that left knee in towards your chest. Fingers interlaced underneath the knee. Straighten that left leg, grabbing behind the thigh, maybe the back of the shin, maybe the top of the foot. Then doing that supine twist on this side, we're going to drop the left arm, take the right hand to the outside of the left leg, roll onto the right hip, and bring that right toe down towards the ground. Gaze over the left shoulder. Right hand rests anywhere along the outside of the left leg. Roll back onto your back. Pull both knees in towards your chest. Tuck the chin and bring your nose towards your knee. And make yourself as small as you possibly can. This is the only time I ever tell anyone to make themselves small. On the exhale, we're going to release into final Shavasana. So legs are straight, heels in, toes splayed out. We're going to take our hands and rub them together until you feel some heat in the palm of your hands. Then you're going to take your hands and you're going to cup them over your eyes. So you've got the heels of the hands over the cheekbones, palms of the hands over the eyes, fingertips in the hairline. I like to do this at the beginning of final Shavasana just to block everything out, to bring yourself into darkness and tell your body that it is time to relax. We're going to do 2 cleansing breaths here. That deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Before we do that second one, I want you to do a quick scan of your body. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere in your body. And on that next exhale, I want you to release that tension. Release anything that's no longer serving you. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Hands can stay over the eyes, or you can drop them down to your sides, whatever feels best for this final Shavasana. Feeling that entire body relax. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your shins and your calves. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Relax your abdomen, your chest. Relax the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hands, your wrists. Relax your forearms, your elbows. Relax your upper arms. Relax those shoulders and the neck where we hold so much tension. Relax the back of the head, the top of the head, the forehead, the eyes, nose, cheeks, and mouth. Letting your entire body come into this final state of relaxation. Slowly come back to your breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Audible exhale through the mouth. Inhale, stretch the arms out behind you. Bring the legs together. Point the toes. Create as much distance between your fingertips and your toes as you can. One more deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat and roll on over to one side or the other for fetal position, tucking your head in the crook of your arm. And then take your time pressing yourself up to a comfortable, easy seat at the top of your mat. Let's roll our shoulders back, feel those sits bones press into the mat. Maybe bring the hands to heart center, pressing the thumbs to your sternum. Close your eyes. We're going to seal in our practice today with one final Om. We'll do the cleansing breath first. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale to Om. Om. Bring your your thumbs to your third eye, your seat of intuition. The light within me sees and honors the light within all of you. Namaste. So thanks for joining me and Piper here at the Muskokas. She's going to say goodbye. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Give him a kiss, Piper. There we go.